Charleston County School Board Chairwoman Cindy Bohn Coats has been in the center of controversy over the board's decision to hire Dr. Gerrita Postlewait. And in this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, she sits down exclusively with me, one-on-one.
How are you doing, Quintin?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about right now.
There's a lot going on. First of school, there's a lot happening.
And let's talk about that because obviously the Charleston County School District started school on Monday, and we now have a new superintendent, Dr. Gerrita Postlewait. I'm wondering, what goes through your mind when you think of the first day of school for Charleston County?
Well, excitement. You spend all summer thinking about it. You spend all summer talking about it. We started talking about this school year last February when we made the budget.
That's right.
So it's excitement. It's time to see it come to fruition, time to see execution.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of controversy going on with the Confederate flag issue. Obviously, the Charleston County School District has banned those particular items from the school campuses. I'm wondering, when did you guys reach that particular decision?
Well, there is an existing policy that allows the superintendent and allows the school-based administrators to not allow what they consider to be disruptive clothing. This was something that actually the principal said we need some guidance on. And we're not saying that you can't be your own individual, but these are school properties. The object is to go to school, to learn, to get your skills, to go to college or your career technology skills, and to go home. We want to make this an environment in which we have no distractions. We don't want distractions from the outside coming in. And Confederate flags on t-shirts, this is part of that. I mean, it's not their fault, it's not our fault.
Right.
We've had a very bad situation with that young gentleman, Mr. Roof.
And speaking of which, as you know, that took place on June 17th in downtown Charleston at Mother Emanuel A.M.E. Church. I was at home when I got the news on Twitter, and 2 months later, it has hit me. I'm wondering, where are you emotionally 2 months later?
I think I said this a few weeks back. I'll never be the same. I can remember that morning. It doesn't fade. It's not getting further away, especially when you knew people, and so it's changed us all. And I think the worst thing we could do is say that it's fading away. This was a critical moment in our lives. We need to not rush past it. We need to not forget. You know, it showed the best of Charleston. It showed some of the worst of human nature.
And when we spoke in front of Reverend Clementi Pinckney's wake, I guess a week after the tragedy, you basically said you couldn't really forgive Mr.
I was so angry, and so hurt. I can't say that I forgive or haven't forgiven him. I don't think about him. You know, the passage of time makes me remember the children, the amazing things that were said by that family, just the example of that church. He isn't consciously on my radar.
Somebody who was on your radar for a while was Dr. Gerrita Postlewait. Obviously, there was a lot of controversy with that. People felt like she got a good deal of the bargain. Some people injected race and politics in it, and even Emanuel 9. When you look back at that day to right now, what memories play back in your mind?
The day that we hired her?
Sure.
We had applications from 32 applicants. Wow. We interviewed 16 people. We interviewed 8 people. We brought it down to 3 finalists. So we interviewed a lot of folks. What goes through my mind is we had a job to do, and that was to find the best possible superintendent for the school district for Charleston County.
Sure.
And that job didn't change based on anything else, any outside factors, how I feel about politics, how I feel about anything. And I am very optimistic that we've done the right thing. Dr. Postlewait was amazing in her interviews. She was amazing with her past experiences and grasp of what needs to happen to make all children learn to their highest potential. And I think I am extraordinarily pleased that I'm seeing that in reality. Wasn't just a good interview, that's what's gonna happen in CCSD.
And like I said initially, you guys had a lot of controversy.
Absolutely.
And I'm wondering, what was it like to be Cindy Bohn Coats during that time?
No.
Really?
Just keep moving.
Wow.
Yeah, eye on the prize. It doesn't feel good to have people judge me.
Yeah.
Based on nothing other than the color of my skin, or based on not knowing me, or for whatever reasons we were being judged. But this is the school district. We take your children and we put them behind a brick wall at 8 o'clock every morning, and if that's not emotional enough, we take your money to do it. So you have to understand it's going to be an emotional thing. But we knew that we had to do the right thing by the students.
Right.
And I think that our board did an amazing job of staying focused to why we are school board members. We were not elected to municipality government. We were not elected to the Waterworks Commission. We are school board members. And I think that got us through this summer.
And how did you get through the Nancy McGinley situation?
The Nancy situation was tough on everybody involved, and in those situations, you remain respectful, and you say we're going to move forward and do what our job is. We continue to be school board members.
Speaking of moving forward, what's next for the Charleston County School District?
We need to sit down as a board with our district personnel, and we need to take a very unemotional, analytical look at all 86 of our schools. What's working? If it's working here, can it work there? What's not working? What can we do to change it? What are the rules that say I can't change this? We need to look at every school and make sure that it's operating at its highest potential for the students, and we need to have as much consistency through our district as possible. And I think that starts with just becoming analysts. We've had a summer of being politicians.
Oh, yes.
We've had a summer of excitement. Let's get down and do some boring work. Let's look at every school. What are the course offerings? A great example that Kate Darby brought to me was to get into academic magnet high school, to grasp the ability to make the minimum score to get in academic magnet high school. A student should have Algebra 1 in the 8th grade. All right, I need to make sure there is Algebra 1 in every single 8th grade in Charleston County. Details. It's time to look at the details and make sure we're really doing a robust educational opportunity in every school, and that they are aligned. If high school is your goal, middle school has to be looked at with an eye towards high school. Our new middle school at work, the principal told us the first time I met him, he said, I'll be judged by what the high school principals think of me. If they think, wow, when his students get to my school, they're in great shape, that's when I, as a middle school principal, have done our jobs. And that's what we need to do. We need to remember everybody is a step on the ladder, and we're all connected.
Yes, indeed. And obviously, the Charleston County School District will be connected to the next mayor. I'm wondering, how would you, the Charleston County School Board, and Dr. Gerrita Postlewait work with the next Charleston mayor?
Gladly. It's not our role to select the next mayor of Charleston, but it is our role to make sure that whomever that person is knows that we are committed to those schools, we are committed to those residents, we are committed to those students, and we want a relationship with that person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Cindy Bohn Coats, it's so great talking to you. Thank you so much.
No problem. It was great talking to you, Quintin. I love seeing you.